So the other night, I'm scrolling through TikTok to see what kind of bullshit's going on. And I come across this stream. And at the time, it was just this pan sitting on a burner that was extremely high heat. And it was the rim was beginning to smoke. So I figured, well, let me stick around and see what the hell's going to happen here. By and by, this girl throws in a blob of margarine. And she puts this moldy ass sandwich in the pan. So, where we're at right now in the video, she's just placed this moldy sandwich in a pan. It's like a bologna and grilled cheese sandwich. On the corner, it's hard to see right now, but on the corner of this bread, you can see some mold. And on the piece of bread that's in the pan touching it, that you can't see, there was mold on that as well. So people in the chat that are in here are starting to go, hey, there's mold on the bread, there's mold. The mod is starting to take notice that there's mold on this bread. I was surprised that this mod didn't just let her eat mold because the fact that she's just so protective of this girl's feelings. Even though this girl seems to be able to take reasonable criticism, she's got a nasty enough little attitude to clap back at people. If you're going to be online, there's going to be criticism. So, like, let it go through. It can be a very helpful learning experience. Like this girl here, she just learned, maybe for the first time in her life, that you don't eat moldy bread. It can make you sick. Like, you're likely not going to die or anything, but it's gross as well. Like, if you don't teach somebody that, then the next time you're over at their house or something, they're feeding you a fucking moldy ass sandwich. I wonder what that mod would do if the girl tried to hand her a moldy sandwich. I mean, you have to be able to tell people the truth sometimes. Sometimes the truth hurts, and that's okay. But anyway, so the mod actually believed the people, and I think she saw it for herself. So she reached out to her to get her attention to let her know. And then it's really a boring stream. There's nothing going on here outside of waiting for this girl to eat this sandwich. Will she eat this sandwich? Will the moderator get a hold of her in time to prevent this? Will she even care? You know, stay tuned. And this isn't even the worst sandwich. And this has 2 pieces of bread that have mold on them. She sure does. Right in that corner, there's mold. Visible. That heat is up so high, it's pissing me off. The fact that she can't get this spatula underneath that sandwich to flip it easier than this is pissing me off. Everything about this sandwich being made should just not be. Ugh, the more and more smoke coming off that pan, the more I'm getting pissed. And it is like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning wherever she's at here. And she was surprised that her family was still awake. And so I just want to know, who the fuck is doing this dangerous style of cooking in the middle of the night while their family sleeps? Like, please don't do that. If you're not good at cooking, please don't cook while your family is asleep. Because if this pan were to catch on fire right now, somebody who knows what they're doing would know to smother that out, to take it off that heat and smother it out. But her, there's a sink right next to her. I'd be thinking that she either would panic and not do anything at all, or that she might hurt herself, like trying to sling it into the sink, or I don't know. Like, you can't just mix oil and water. If there's water in that sink, I mean, it can splash back at her and really cause some harm. And you know that she doesn't know how to put out a fire because she doesn't know how to turn that burner down. Like, she can't see the smoke. If she's not being bothered by this amount of smoke, I don't know. I've never been so perturbed with somebody making a sandwich before, but it's like, girl, please. Now look at this. This is it. This is, look at all this mold on this sandwich. And think about it. She had to get the bread out. Now, this is the second sandwich also. So she's already taken out bread that had mold on it and has fully cooked a sandwich with mold. Now she's bringing out an even moldier sandwich because at least on the other piece of bread, it was smaller sections of the corners and a little bit under the bottom there. And, so yeah, this has got double the mold. And she doesn't notice it? Or does she notice it and doesn't care? Does she know it's problematic? Is she like, I want to know what's going on in her mind because she's functioning. She might not be cooking great, but I've seen fully functioning individuals that aren't great at cooking that might, try to make something on a too high of a heat. So I can't judge her for that entirely. What is the point of putting this moldy ass sandwich together when I know there's got to be food in that house? Like, if you're going to make this sandwich, pull those corners off first. Are there really people out there like this? And I'm just, if there really are people out there like this that just do not notice mold on things, then I'm glad they're unemployed because they would be getting in a food service job. And no. I'm going to get even worse about not eating food from other people's homes just because of this. God. Ugh. 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 And this hot ass fucking pan. That shit's so hot she has to move her phone. Baby doll, that piece of bread was done the second you stuck it in that pan. Mm-mm. Okay, so now the mod is fully trying to get our attention. Okay, so the good Lord saved her from eating it. Yeah, why even bother telling her that the bread had mold? She was gonna burn the fuck out of her sandwich anyways. So that's when I got blocked, saying the flashpoint was being reached. Dumbasses.
I'll tell you the piece that was. But yeah, I know. But I'm gonna get this.
Poor thing. I can't imagine being in this world and making a sandwich like this. So I'm gonna scoot forward because there's nothing really going on. She gets some sour cream out to add to this sandwich for some reason, which I've never seen before in my life. Somebody tries to panel up.
Dang.
She sits here a while, smacking them lips. Like, I don't understand. Does eating like that make the food taste better? I need to try eating like this. is it like aerating the food? So this comment here, I cannot with the smacking. That's not even the rudest way to say that to somebody at all. And it is true. This is something people could learn. And she did learn from it. She immediately started chewing with her mouth closed and muted the stream. However, her piece of shit mod, who can't let this girl live her own life, has to block that person as if that was some kind of a cruel comment. That girl needs to learn how to chew with her mouth closed. You can't go out in public like that. That's disgusting. It's embarrassing. Yuck. Nobody wants to be sitting next to somebody at a restaurant and listening to all of that. Like, be thoughtful. So she was busted for leaving that burner on. She was the only one in that house awake and cooking, and somehow it won't her. We expect the girl that made 3 moldy ass grilled cheese sandwiches and burnt one of them to hell wasn't the one that left the burner. Okay. Okay, so this goes on for a while until.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'll be alive tomorrow.
So somebody's about to hop in her box, and this is the only thing that I think may be somewhat scandalous on her end. I think that she maybe at some point mocked or made a joke or made light of somebody's baby having passed away. And I don't think that those people think that shit's cute. And they keep coming in and out of this chat throughout this period of time to say their piece about it. They're not thrilled about it. And I don't know what it really is all about, but that's what I've gathered about why they're bothering her.
What's good, bitch? Why you talking about a baby like that? Like, you eating that moldy grilled cheese, you stupid ass fat bitch. What's good with you?
I gotta give that girl a point. That was fast as hell because those mods block you with the lightning speed. Mm-mm-mm. And that's about it for her. This girl is a lesson. Don't eat food from people's homes that you don't trust at like 110%. That means don't get yourself caught up in being handed something at a work event or at a holiday somewhere. Don't get caught up getting handed something and then taking it because you feel guilty to turn it down. I always turn shit down. I am paranoid. Yuck, yuck, yuck. There are some people out there who have roaches crawling around their homes and they treat them bitches like pets. You know, and they might seem normal in a lot of other areas, but when they get home, they put their raw chicken in their sink. Or they're washing their chicken with Dawn or some shit like that. Or they just don't practice proper hygiene. They're cross-contaminating shit. I mean, it's gross. It really is gross. So I don't know. I'm not down with this kind of shit here. I'm gonna stick to making my own sandwiches, and I'm gonna be quadruply checking my bread because I would never have imagined that this girl would have had some bread up in her house that looked like regular white bread too. There's so much preservatives in bread these days. Like, how long did that bread have to be sitting there like that? And why wasn't there a fresh loaf of bread somewhere? Come on, this is America. All of us should be able to afford bread. Good God. Anyway, so I hope that this was something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I just thought I would share this horrible sandwich.